As you probably know by now, the WWE had to tarp off large sections of the Tacoma Dome for Stomping Grounds to hide the lack of fans on hand at the pay-per-view. As bad as that was, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at how the WWE can't sell tickets to any of their events. The WWE's business model has always been an ever-evolving one. Once upon a time, the WWE relied on house shows for the majority of their revenue. Over time, pay-per-views greatly expanded the WWE's ability to make money, and when wrestling took off during the Attitude Era, the WWE was able to procure top dollar for the rights to airing their shows Raw and SmackDown live. An April 2019 podcast of the financial podcast The Motley Fool saw financial analyst Nick Sipple explain the WWE's revenue sources, noting what brings in the most money. Television rights. This has been a huge question mark until very recently for WWE. They were always a difficult television property in that wrestling is considered a little downstream. WWE has done a good job getting mainstream advertisers to be willing to advertise, but that's a recent thing. For the last few cycles of TV rights before the current one, their deal would come up and they would only have one bidder. So Comcast would say, hey, we'll give you a little more. Now the rights world has exploded so much that Comcast is paying them basically what they used to pay for 5 hours of programming for just a 3-hour Monday night show, and Fox is paying them $1 billion over 5 years on top of that for their number 2 show, which is actually going to be on network broadcast television. While it's safe to say the WWE's TV rights deals are the crux of their revenue, the company still relies on fans attending its events and watching its shows. Ultimately, if fans aren't coming to live events, whether they're house shows, Raw or SmackDown live episodes or pay-per-views, it's a good sign they're not enthusiastic about watching the product. Without beating a dead horse, the WWE has to generate a certain number of viewers, or they risk losing their TV deals. As we'll see, they seem at risk of doing so if the following indicators are accurate. WrestleLamia isn't predicting the end of the WWE, but it is predicting more financial woes like its first quarter financial report and subsequent plunge into the company's stock. The WWE appeared in Tacoma, Washington to put on its pay-per-view Stomping Grounds, an ironic name as the WWE got stomped at the box office. The WWE coordinates its touring schedule by running house shows, aka live events, and TV episodes such as Raw in the same arena as where it will hold a pay-per-view. This is done to maximize profits, but it requires an enthusiastic fan base. Unfortunately, the fans simply weren't interested in the WWE product this time around in the state of Washington. According to Wrestling Observer's Brian Alvarez, the WWE's house show in Spokane brought in a mere 3,000 fans. A paltry number reminiscent of the dark days of the mid-1990s. According to Ringside News, the WWE was unable to run a live event in nearby Seattle as the city's key arena is closed for maintenance. But in hindsight, this may have been a good thing if Seattle fans showed a similar disdain for attending a live event. Although house shows are not being seen as in the same league as attending a Raw, SmackDown or pay-per-view, they often provide fans in more remote markets a chance to see their favourite WWE superstars in person without travelling to a larger market. They may not run such shows often, so when it does come to town, it should still attract a sizable number of fans, if there is enough interest in the product. As we'll see, there seems to be a considerable lack of interest in attending any type of WWE event, whether it's a house show, Raw or pay-per-view. Once upon a time, the WWE was so popular that it didn't just measure the number of fans who attended its live events, but the number it was forced to turn away because it had sold out. For example, a show in Madison Square Garden might have turned away 3,000 people, an impressive number. The WWE is outdoing itself when it comes to turning away fans today, but not in the way it wants to. The WWE's tour in Washington saw a scarcity of warm bodies at its latest pay-per-view, with the promotion desperate to bring people in. While things aren't as bad as when Vern Gagne's American Wrestling Association stopped running TV tapings in front of live audiences because no one wanted to attend them, they're fast approaching the dark days of WCW when Eric Bischoff held TV tapings at Universal Studios and packed the studio with tourists looking to escape the Florida heat by sitting in air-conditioned comfort while they were subjected to WCW. Simply put, the numbers for Stomping Ground were awful, with Dave Meltzer reporting, "They were giving away a lot of tickets, a lot of 2 for 1. The paid was not good. I heard 6,000 in the building, but maybe 4,000 to 4,500 paid. I can't remember a WWE pay-per-view in a long time where they did that little paid. I can't remember a WWE pay-per-view where they were giving away tickets at the mall either." As we noted in our video on Stomping Grounds' various woes, the WWE was forced to tarp off large portions of the arena in order to hide the lack of fans. They also brought fans down from the arena's upper deck and seated them in the lower deck and floor sections in order to make the arena look packed. When an entertainment business has to give away tickets to fill a venue, it's a sign something has to change. While the WWE's creative direction seems to be the heart of the problem, the promotion needs to rethink its ticket pricing, especially for its shows beyond the Big Four, that being WrestleLamia, SummerSlam, Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble, with Extreme Rules tickets ranging anywhere from $750 for floor seats on StubHub to $100 for upper deck seats. It's difficult to envision many fans laying down that kind of money for matches better left for SmackDown and Raw. Basic Economics notes that if there is a low demand for something, it can help to lower the price. If the WWE was able to command high ticket prices for its events, it would be good business sense to continue doing so. However, the demand is not there and the WWE should consider lowering its ticket prices. There may be a concern that lowering the ticket prices somehow diminishes the WWE's prestige as a must-see event. There's no prestige when no one is coming to your show. It was obvious going into Stomping Grounds that the WWE Universe was not invested in the main event of Baron Corbin vs Seth Rollins, or the WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and challenger Dolph Ziggler, despite the latter's cage match stipulation. The bottom line is that the fans saw neither challenger as a credible opponent, and it's even more puzzling why the WWE is continuing the program between Rollins and Corbin, with Rollins teaming with his girlfriend Becky Lynch to take on Corbin and Lacey Evans. Even the stipulation that both Rollins' Universal Championship and Lynch's Raw Women's Championship will be on the line in a winner-take-all match at Extreme Rules hardly seems like a match the fans will be eager to see. The Raw following Stomping Grounds saw a repeat of the WWE's ticket troubles, with Dave Meltzer appearing on Wrestling Observer Radio and revealing that WWE Raw show only brought in 3,500 people for the show last night in Everett. That is one of the lowest Raw attendances of the modern era. Even if the state of Washington is a weak market for the WWE, these figures are astonishingly low and seem more indicative of a lack of interest in the WWE product. SmackDown Live fared no better, again with large portions of the arena being tapered off. But amongst all this bad news, there may be some good news. Thankfully for Mr. McMahon, the ratings for the 24th June 2019 Raw were encouraging, with this week's episode of WWE Raw landed an average of 2.275 million viewers, which is a 40,000 increase from last week's episode, and up 150,000 from June 10th's non-holiday low. PW Insider broke down the audience numbers by Raw's 3 hours, as Hour 1 brought in 2.386 million, Hour 2 2.315 million, and Hour 3 2.126 million, giving an average number of 2.275 million viewers. As has been the trend for some time, Raw has been unable to maintain its first hour audience, with the second and third hours seeing diminished ratings. It's not a good sign, but like the WWE's ticket problems, the diminishing ratings will take time to fix. Fightful.com's Sean Ross Sapp also noted the most popular segments based on video views, where The Undertaker helps Roman Reigns with 4.3 million, Rollins, Becky Lynch, Corbin and Evans get Extreme for 1.7 million, the 24/7 title match between R-Truth and Drake Maverick 1.6 million, multiple superstars winning the 24/7 title with 1.2 million, and Drake Maverick begs for the 24/7 title match with 1 million. The Undertaker's surprise appearance clearly bumped up interest, and the WWE would do well to continue such surprises in order to make Raw and SmackDown shows the fans can't miss. We've all heard the phrase, "Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me," or as The Who's Roger Daltrey sang, "We won't get fooled again." Either way, the WWE Universe seems tired of the same insipid storylines, pushes for wrestlers no one cares about, and the same matches over and over. Like any consumer, WWE fans vote with their wallets, and the result is a landslide. They don't care about the WWE like they used to. That can change over time, but it's going to require the WWE to make a concerted and sustained effort to win back its fans. There you have it guys, the various troubles the WWE is having putting butts in the seats. Is there anything the WWE can do to fix things, or is it too late? Do you think WWE should just lower their ticket prices? Do you attend WWE live events, or have you given up on the company? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.